After the Dragon Ball FighterZ tournaments at EVO 2017 over the weekend, I looked at the whole tournament. You know, the whole thing was more or less... I don't want to bash the players too hard, but there were definitely a lot of people that signed up for that tournament just to try out the game. They didn't really know what they were doing, but hey, that's what you get with a free tournament. Still, a lot of good players enter the tournament, and I've definitely learned a lot about that game after watching it for 12 hours, more or less. So I got 10 tips for you guys to get ready for the full release, or maybe even for the beta happening during the summer. These are 10 tips. These is how the pros do it. Number 10, start the fight by dashing or jumping backwards. Now this is a tip that transcends Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's good for a lot of fighting games. A lot of new players to fighting games, they always look for the first hit. They want to be the first one to attack. The thing is, just a little bit of experience will be able to punish that mentality severely. The best players usually start the match by jumping backwards or dashing backwards. That is out of respect for the other player. That is playing defensively, not knowing what's gonna come out of the other player's attack. Starting by attacking is usually very risky, so I would recommend, as a general rule of thumb, just start by jumping backwards. The dash backwards is a bit more risky because if the opponent throws a ki blast, it will most likely hit you. So the jump would be my main advice here, because in Dragon Ball FighterZ you can actually block in the air. You can also call in your assist characters while they're jumping backwards if you want to punish those who start by dashing forward, while at the same time keeping yourself protected. And number 9, countering a super dash. The super dash is very easy to punish when it's used to initiate a combo. Now the super dash is obviously the dash that we see all the characters doing, and when it's used in the middle of a combo, that's the perfect way to use it. But when it's used to start a combo, to close in the distance, that's the easiest thing in the world to punish. Even though the character's moving very fast, it's very easy to react to it. One of the easiest ways to punish a reckless super dash is simply by blocking and then following up with a melee combo. Now this is going to require some practice. This is going to require you to get the timing down. So if you want an easier way, then just do a super attack. With a decent reaction time, any super dash can be countered by throwing a super of your own. The Kamehameha, the Big Bang Attack, the Death Ball, the Energy Barrier, all viable options. New players will tend to use the super dash a lot. We see this with the Naruto games all the time. People are always rushing in. So this is going to be their go-to technique for closing in the distance. If you punish them with a super every time they dash, you'll totally throw them off their game and you'll land an easy win. Once you're confident enough, you might even chain different supers together, or even go for the big damage with the level 3 super, if you have enough meter, of course. Number 8, don't assist super if they block your first super. Alright, if on the other hand you throw a super attack and the opponent is blocking, don't call an assist character for a follow-up super. In Dragon Ball FighterZ, there is chip damage, but it's so little that it's not worth spending your meter over. You might think, well, unless I can kill a character with the chip damage, you know, get in those final hits. No, you can't do that either. Once characters reach critical health, they cannot die with chip damage alone. I saw a lot of players do this mistake at EVO. They would throw a super, the opponent would be blocking, and they would throw a follow-up super. I think the mindset is, okay, this guy, I threw a super, he blocked it, he's gonna try to punish me after the super is over, so I'm gonna call in a second character. The thing is, the opponent has a whole cutscene to rethink that decision. He might have thought about punishing you after the super, but he sees an assist character come in. He has so much time to just hold down the block button even further. So these follow-up supers would never hit in the tournament every time someone did it. If the first one gets blocked, don't call in an assist, it's a waste. Number 7, learn the range of your character's supers. Now I know this sounds super obvious, you should learn all the moves from all the characters you play as, but god damn it, we saw a lot of Cells whiff their super when they came in from an assist position. Even before you learn all your combos that you can do with each character, as a beginning, chances are you'll learn one character really well and the others you'll be like, I hope I never have to use these. But they're still very useful if you want to extend a combo, if you want to punish with a super from your main character followed by a super from your assist character. And in order to do that, you need to know the range of the super. So before you even learn how to do combos with these assist characters, learn their supers, for God's sake. If the opponent is on the other side of the screen, a Kamehameha might hit, but an energy barrier will not. So stop wasting your meter. Number 6, the Frieza cancer tactic. Now beware, this is an easy tactic to counter, but beginners are gonna hate it, and that's why I'm featuring it here, so you can learn how to escape it. or just guarantee your win if you're playing against someone who's new. Quarter circle forward plus any attack button does a special move on Frieza called Earthbreaker. This is essentially a launcher that allows you to start a big combo, but if your opponent doesn't know how to air recover, then you pretty much have an infinite combo on your hands. Even if it does learn how to air recover, the most likely reaction from players will be to super dash, and we know how to punish super dash, especially if it's coming all the way from across the screen. And if you want to punish that super dash with an assist character, then you can do that and follow up with Frieza's Earthbreaker, completing the cycle, and you just do it over and over again. If on the other hand you're getting hit by this tactic, just do an air recover and block. They'll give up. Call in your assist character. There are a ton of ways to block this, but new players are gonna be like, I can't escape. They're gonna panic. Number 5. Swap out Frieza after going golden. Now this might sound silly, but if you're planning on transforming into golden Frieza, consider swapping out for another character after doing so. Maybe it's not the best option every single time, but there are several advantages and it's probably the best option most of the time. And here are a few reasons why. First, when you swap out golden for another character, then Frieza retains the full time of his transformation. So it's as if time is frozen as long as Frieza stays as an assist character. So when you bring him back, you'll have the full time of the transformation. Second, if you want to use a super attack as Golden Frieza, then you'll need a lot of meter before you even transform. Transforming alone costs 3 bars of meter, meaning you need at least 4 if you want to pull off a transformation and then a super. But if you tag out, you have other characters to build up that meter for you, so when you come back, you'll have the full duration of Golden Frieza and all the bars of meter you could possibly want. And finally, though this is unconfirmed because I haven't done the math yet, if you call Frieza for an assist attack, he'll still be Golden Frieza, which might mean that his attacks do more damage as an assist character, but I still need to check the numbers on this, so speculation. Number 4. Speaking of swapping out characters, here's some great general advice on the subject. You see the blue bar up there that shows up as you take damage? Yeah, you can recover that if you swap characters. Some players during the tournament didn't seem to know this. So many matches are won due to good health management, so try not to overextend if a character has taken too much damage. However, it's also easy to panic because one of your characters is almost dead. So usually, when that happens, what people do is swap characters just as soon as they can, and they do it sort of mindlessly, and what happens is the second character comes in, and they take a lot of damage, a full combo to the face. So now, sure, you don't have a dead character because you swapped it, but you have 2 characters that are heavily damaged. You don't want to be cornered into that position. Don't wait until the last second, don't wait until your character is almost dead, and also, don't be greedy. In a perfect world, you'll swap characters during your combo, so they can come in, do their super, and be ready to block whatever's coming in next. But if you're greedy and you look for that perfect position, then you might take a lot of damage and then you'll be cornered into the position that you don't want to be. It's better to find a safe spot, swap characters, move on. Number 3, of course, your opponent can always force you to swap back to the damaged character and completely ruin your strategy. Maybe you don't know, but you can actually force your opponent to swap characters, and it's okay if you didn't know that, because apparently the commentators at EVO didn't know that either. They were very confused by some players' choices to swap characters. Anyway, after you perform a Dragon Rush, which is this game's version of a grab, you can either follow up with an aerial combo, or you can kick the character out of the arena, forcing another one to come out. I think you can choose which character you force to come out, but I really don't know how that works yet. If anyone out there knows, then please let me know in the comments down below. But this mechanic is crucial knowledge. Like we said before, so many games are won and lost because of health management, so being able to disrupt that part of the opponent's strategy is absolutely crucial. If, on the other hand, someone's trying to do that to you, the way you prevent it is by keeping an eye out for the Dragon Rush. If you counter their grab, they can't force you to swap characters, so just be on the lookout for that. Number 2, attacking the assists. Don't be afraid to attack the assist characters. Assist characters can take a ton of damage if you land more than 1 hit on them. This is because of something called damage scaling, which we don't need to go into right now. Just think that if you hit an assist character with 2 super attacks or more, they take more damage than normally. Use this to your advantage. Players usually think their support characters are safe because they call them in for an attack, and after that, they go back into their assist corner and they recover whatever health they lost. But if you can inflict heavy damage on an assist character, then you will limit your opponent's options. Number 1, you'll make them think twice about swapping characters because their health is being regenerated. And 2, if you successfully manage to force a character swap, then you've successfully made that damage permanent. So even if your opponent is blocking, if they call in an assist character, it might be worth to spend those bars of meter to attack the assists. And number 1, use the Sparking Blast at the end of the fight. Now, this isn't always the case, but as you get started with this game, save Sparking Blast to the end. Sparking Blast will give you a damage boost and health regeneration, but if you use it at the beginning of the fight, its bonuses are very minor, plus the blast will only last a couple of seconds. If you use it on the very last character, it will last for a long time. The health regeneration is kind of insane, and the damage boost also seems bigger, but again, I haven't done the math yet. There are a few other situations where you can use it that are not at the end of the fight, but for beginners and as a general rule of thumb, just use it at the end of the fight. But just to give you an idea of other situations where it was used during Evo, people wanted a quick damage boost to knock out an opponent's strong character, for instance. Because the matches were a best of 3, they knew if a player was really good at, say, Vegeta. So the opponent catches Vegeta in a combo, they want to bring him down as fast as possible, they activate Sparking Blast to get rid of that really strong character. But when they do that, they know it might cost them at the end of the battle. They might need that for a comeback or something. It's really strong at the end, so just save it. Alright, and that was Dragon Ball FighterZ at Evo. Obviously, that wasn't all. Everybody's seen the Trunks trailer right now. If you haven't yet, I'll link to it in the description down below. And also, we have some new information on the beta. The beta signups start on July 26th. And the beta will happen sometime in August, only on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So far, no word on the PC. If you'd like to watch some more Dragon Ball FighterZ videos, here's a story mode. What players have been asking for, what kind of story do they want, which types of arcs, and everything. Just watch the video. If you're in the mood for something else, you can also click right here. But as always, thank you very much for watching. My name's Glowku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!